welcome back to Occultists Anonymous, episode 43. Wait.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot to make a joke about 42 on the last one.
Just make it the title. It's fine.
That's true. Yeah, I will turn in my nerd card. Anyways, yes, this show is brought to you and sponsored by The Onyx Path, Roll20, and viewers like you. Thank you guys for your support. I'm not joking. It's actually really cool when you guys pop in and like you're not seeing. Well, you'll see it soon, but there are some of you who are still joining and hopping into Discord and going, "I'm on episode 10," and I'm going, "Yay!"
Yes.
And they're in the post or past episode discussion, which we got to decide some spoiler rules on. Because eventually we're gonna have to stop protecting. But yeah, it is super cool to watch you guys catch up. So those of you who are still behind and you're getting caught up now, this is you. We're talking about you right now.
Yeah, shout out to like the 3 people that binged like 25 episodes last week.
Right. Yeah, somebody's like, I decided to get caught up over the weekend. I watched 20 episodes. I'm going,
cool.
Okay, thank you.
3 hours is enough with these people. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I tap out. And a special thank you to our patrons. Thank you for your support and doing cool stuff. And actually, it popped up in the chat. Yes, actually, that's true. We're going to Philly, some of us, for PAX Unplugged. So you better believe I'm going to at least get a picture of Lynnewood Hall. But yes, thank you to our patrons.
Bit of a drive out.
Yeah, that's true. Ryan, Brandon, James Perry, Josh, Thomas Schmitty, Samuel, Claire Michael, Danny, Alexander, Giovanni, Noba, and Cat Feathers. I always like it when it ends on Cat Feathers. I don't know why. Cat Feathers. Anyways, when we last left, our cabal realized that they really, really needed a thief.
Yeah, could really use a thief right now.
So the cabal had, let's see, Weird had discovered that the grimoire was here in or arrived here sometime in the 1960s based on what she had seen, recognizing some clothing and stuff like that, that there is a hive sold. Well, actually, I think the group decided that it's probably a hive sold pentuplets which immediately gave them warning flags of Seers, and spotted about 11 other guards patrolling the area, but that was all that they had seen. No active magics other than what was on the grimoire that Craig had that Weird had seen back in the 1960s. So who knows what happened to those spells. And then they summoned Intersection, but that was like at the start of the episode. What about? Who cares? When we last left off, they were sitting at a post office.
So I do think we should contact the Free Council folks and just let them know that you got a Seers nest, probably. Cool. Like,
ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, they don't care to help us get our thing, but they might care about that.
Cool. Some of us live in Philly and would love to help. I appreciate that. The phone rings a couple of times, and then there's a pickup, and you just hear like you're definitely on speakerphone. Like you have that sound of there's a lot of stuff going on, but there's no voice or anything like that.
Hey, it's Songbird.
Ah, Songbird. Yes. You recognize Benjamin Franklin, and there.
I'm gonna put you on speakerphone with us. We're out on the car right now.
Oh, absolutely. Okay? You are. Right. Well, you were on with the Founding Fathers.
Hello, Founding Fathers.
There's 4 or 5 voices that say hello. You recognize Alexander Hamilton's voice in there. And what can we do for you?
So we're out at Lynnewood Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some investigations, mundane and temporal, and whatnot. We have noticed that there is a group of hive sold working as guards here.
There's a pregnant pause and then a interesting, says a kind of deeper voice that you don't recognize. Just a hive sold, or
there's a mage leading.
There's a mage. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that they're in residence, or that this is a stronghold of theirs, or is it just a place they own?
Oh, wait.
they've been here since the 1960s.
So, real fast,
Mhm.
out of character.
Mhm.
Does the woman that Weird saw match the woman that dispelled our scrying? Because we
Yes.
would have seen that. Okay. Yes, she is
Weird
absolutely in residence.
Weird wasn't there, right?
Weird is the one who.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Weird was able to describe her from
Okay.
post-cognition. This
Right.
is who I saw.
The
Okay.
description matches. Yeah.
Right, you guys put
All
on,
I really thought Weird was there for the...
I thought so too, but
I did too.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, you put 30 years
I'm
on
sure-
her.
If I was, somebody in chat will correct us.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know that we have.
Chat,
Like-
scroll through 20 episodes.
Right, go find that one.
I know Mammon wasn't actually there, but we retconned him in.
Right. But yeah, so he but between description, add 30 years, the hair pulled back in the bun, kind of a like it survived 30
Aesthetic.
years. Mhm.
You did that summoning, and that took hours, right?
3.
Yeah.
Scroll.
If I'm remembering the right summoning, so like I came back, you guys called me back, or was that another summoning?
Oh, the previous... Yeah, when I did it, it took like 9 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys had called me back, I believe, and you were in the middle of the summoning already, so I just crashed.
Oh,
Oh no, that was the app hero.
that was the app.
Oh, that was Hebrew.
Either way, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For the
It's all good.
yeah, you were definitely there because we had a whole thing where we're like fighting through the door to see who can get in and look at the angel
Right.
first.
Suddenly it comes back to me.
I was like, I
Yeah.
feel like
You were there.
definitely, yeah, okay.
Post cognition
Um,
myself. Oh right, I
right.
was
Yeah.
there.
But yeah, so yes, you recognize this woman. It's the same woman.
Right. Glad we got that
Cool.
cleared up.
So back to the phone
Founding
call.
fathers.
Right.
She's been here since
who
the
are
60s.
listening to this back and forth conversation. No.
Yeah, so she's been here since the 60s with they were teenage hive sold back then. They're like much older now, of course, but
Mhm.
she's definitely got roots here.
Interesting. And this is where your grimoire is. And this is the same deeper voice.
Who am I
Yep.
talking to?
Da, 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 da. Sorry, this is Samuel Adams.
Yeah, this is where our grimoire is.
Okay.
Just wanted to give y'all a heads up before,
That might have
ask for any
some
advice you might have, because this screams Seers.
Well, admittedly, much to my chagrin, we did not have Lynnewood Hall pinned down. So to me, that means one of two things. They are not actively casting any large spells there that would have pinged Peripheral Mage Sight, Passive Mage Sight. I can't remember what the term is. And they have kept their head down. So this is either a long plan or potentially a seer who's not currently working for a ministry or a pylon doing their own thing.
Suggest, based on the scrying we've done previously, that this might actually be like a secret storehouse.
There are many things in here, not just our grimoire. When we looked at it the first time, there were all sorts of magical items in there.
Interesting. And there's some, like, you could hear this, like, the sudden cutoff and
The weighing.
the mute
Yeah.
that goes
Muted,
on
yeah.
and stuff. And then a moment later, Benjamin Franklin comes on and says,
Hold, please.
right. Benjamin says, so are you only interested in the grimoire?
That's why we're here.
All we're here
Just-
for.
Just the grimoire.
If you're interested in more, we would be happy to help.
Yeah.
We are willing to offer some assistance based on what our share, and you hear a woman's voice, our share of the booty. Yes.
Is
You
that
guys-
Jay?
Yes, hello, darlings. Why does every woman I play say darling?
Because it's a great word.
That's true. Yeah, but Jay says, yeah, no. Like, let's get piratical here. Everybody puts in a fair share. Everybody gets a fair share.
Cool.
Benjamin
Sounds
Franklin
good.
says, okay, well, you can definitely hear a little sudden tension. He goes, well, let's determine what everybody's fair share is and what we're getting, because do you have any idea of what's actually in there?
No.
We
Okay.
saw other things in display cases that were various magics. We couldn't look at them and see what they actually were. So
If I could, because I feel like we're kind of exposed out here. Why don't we regroup?
Why don't we drive back and we
have,
can talk in person?
and have a talk in person?
Very well. Yes, come by the guild hall again. We'll set up a room where we can be private and discuss this.
Well, because it's also probably getting towards like
we should do this tomorrow.
evening,
Yeah.
right.
or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, very well. We will conclude our meeting and then make room for you so that we can all sit and discuss.
Cool.
All right, we will see you when you arrive.
all right.
Click. So you guys start driving back. While you guys are driving, any chit chat? Any further discussion before you arrive?
So I have a feeling they're gonna probably want pretty much everything except
Pretty
for this
everything
grimoire.
else. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. It's their territory, and
Yeah. I don't know what any of the stuff is. We haven't been told that any of the rest of it's ours.
Right.
also like if this starts a bigger incident because of this, then like they're the ones that
It's
are gonna
their
have to deal
problem.
with the fallout.
Yeah.
So
We get our thing,
I-
we get back.
I don't have to report on things I don't know about.
And everyone goes, shit, is the magic cop cool?
Not a wizard narc.
Did you say that out loud?
I think that was just a response to the weird voice in her head.
mhm.
Okay.
On my session notes, I just wrote "Founding Fathers want some booty."
Accurate.
Yep.
Accurate.
So when you
Well,
guys,
Just as a point of order, there's at least one founding mother there too.
yeah,
Sure.
No, she's
The name of the
Founding
cabal is
Fathers.
Founding
Yeah.
Fathers, though.
she
Hey.
is John Jay.
Women can be fathers.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So
But yeah, I'm fine with giving them whatever else we find.
okay. So yeah, you guys, make your way back, park outside, and have to like knock on the door. You're let in, and Benjamin is there standing with John Jay, who like is kind of this younger woman. See Alexander Hamilton. Go ahead, Craig.
One more thing before we get back.
Mhm.
I want to, just because I think I need to do this, I'm going to borrow, Travis, can I borrow your phone?
Sure.
I'm going to,
Call Shodell.
no, I'm going to Lucky Numbers the Shodell's equivalent in the local Guardians.
Shodell does not have a local equivalent. Shodell
Yeah,
is
Shodell is
the
yeah.
Herald. His equivalent
Okay.
is Santiago.
All right, so I'll call Shodell then.
Okay. Shodell picks up and goes, weird.
Hey.
Yeah.
Lynnewood Hall looks like a seer nest. They've got a hive sold as a guard. Just
Where
thought
is
you should
this?
know. Lynnewood
Hi, we're in
Hall,
Philadelphia.
yeah, Lynnewood Hall in Philly. I don't know if I don't have a way to contact the local guardians, so I thought maybe you might want to disseminate that info to them.
Okay, yes, I can pass that message on to the EPTOT, and the EPTOT will disseminate.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I just imagine
Okay.
that like after every time, well, because Shodell works for the Concilium.
He is the
Primarily,
Herald
right?
of the Concilium.
Yeah.
Okay. But I imagine just this like click and just like shaking of his head and just weird.
Well, I'll have to ask you now. But I mean, you notice he picks up the phone every time Weird calls.
Fair.
No, not Epcot, Eptot. EPTOT. It's a dumb word.
Food and Wine Festival.
But yes. So yeah, you guys arrive after, Weird kind of passes information on to the New York Concilium, at least.
I'm bringing realize into this game. We definitely get some fucking food.
Yes. Yes, you guys also use the bathroom occasionally.
It's true.
You don't roll die for that, so who cares? Anyways. Those were words that came out of my mouth. I apologize. So yeah, you guys go inside. Like I said, it's getting, or like you guys have mentioned, it's getting a little bit later. The place is kind of cleared out. There's still some folks working on some stuff. But yeah, you see Ben Franklin is there standing with John Jay, who you'd seen before, Alexander Hamilton, and a rather large, like Native American looking gentleman who when he introduces himself as Samuel Adams, face to name, oh yeah, no, that sounds about right. And Ben says this is some of us, the rest are waiting for you. Do you have any questions? Kind of Ben kind of leads the group as you guys kind of head up stairs into like a rafter into another place that would have been above the ritual room down below.
Personally, I figured that we'd be answering your questions. This is your territory and your show.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Okay.
Any topics that we shouldn't mention, or?
No, I mean it will be open discussion. Yeah.
Very democratic.
Yeah. These are free counsel, right?
Yes, yeah. They are free counsel.
No, and I say that as I lean in and talk to these are free counsel.
And so Ben opens, and the room it looks almost like somebody's interpretation of King Arthur's round table. Like there's this large round table, there's an open space in the middle, and the table's kind of interspersed with gaps so somebody can like step through into the middle. You notice a lot of what looks very like Masonic lodge, old school,
right.
Kind of what we all the national treasure symbols and kind of stuff like that, keys and pyramids and stuff like that. And
have you ever been into like the top room of a Masonic lodge? It's pretty cool.
I will have to Google it. Yeah, so Benjamin kind of walks over, takes a seat, motions for there's a number of seats. Like nobody's got plaque. Everybody has a couple little plaque name cards that feels very United Nations kind of thing. And there's probably 20 or so.
Look around for like a sticker that says "Hello, my name is."
My name is right. He Ben motions for you guys to sit. Like I said, there's like about 20 men and women in the room. You recognize like the couple group that seem to be kind of some of the more well-known folks, but you look around and you see there's no George Washington, but there's a number of other different founding fathers. Just go hit Wikipedia, look at a bunch of names. They're in.
Is
there.
Abe Lincoln here?
No. No, that's true.
Sorry.
Poor Norwegian.
With one dot of it, does not remember the fucking history of America.
You don't know
Yep.
That's fair.
Which one was the Civil War guy?
None of us.
Right.
But Ben kind of motions for you guys to sit down, and as the conversation starts to, everyone's kind of looking around. He kind of cracks a gavel, and then kind of stands up and steps out into the middle. This is Atratus, Weird the Seer, and Songbird of the New York Concilium. They are sisters from our from the Diamond Orders, and they have
I like cough Rookery.
Okay. Excuse me. They're the Rookery cabal, and they have some concerns about Seers. Rather than put words in their mouths, I will let them speak. And he kind of steps back and motions, and Rookery, you have the floor, and kind of motions out to the middle of the space.
So
Weird, if you would.
I was just looked as okay. So I stand up and say, greetings, thanks for letting us speak today. Just some background. We've come to Philadelphia on a mission for the arrows. We're here to recover a grimoire that was lost many years ago. And scrying and investigations, including supernal summonings, have led us to Philly, to Lynnewood Hall. We were there today just scoping the place out, and I did some post-cognition with some shifting the odds mixed in, and saw some significant events in the time of that building. And I saw a woman arrive who we know currently has the grimoire. And she had a hive sold with her, 5 of them, as servants. And it was when she first acquired the property, she entered into the property with the grimoire that we were after. And she was taking ownership of it at the time and making decisions about designs and things like that. It was right when she was moving in. While I was doing that, my compatriots saw many guards protecting the place, but there was one guard that seemed to be showing up in multiple places too quickly. Obviously a household, who's still there working for the same wizard who moved in, same mage that moved in when we were first doing our investigations.
I do have a question. Was the hive sold the guy that came in, saw us scrying on the thing?
No,
So like
Okay.
butler.
the butler.
So the butler was also a mage because he saw our magic.
Now, when
Or
we were
something.
Right.
when we were scrying during our initial investigations, there was like a storehouse or a room, like a museum, with many artifacts in it of various magical kinds and sorts. We weren't particularly interested in all of those. We were after the grimoire itself, and that's why we're here. That's our mission. But it's our understanding that you've been taking great strides in removing the Seers from your territory, and we thought
Had
we
great
should let you
success
know,
at it.
and having great success at it. And we thought that this might be of interest to you, that there was a possible storehouse of magical objects kept by the Seers here in secret.
You see, like, there's a lot of kind of nodding heads and stuff like that. And do you go back and sit down?
No, I just wish to reiterate that our interest in Philly is only for the grimoire, which is a stone tablet with cuneiform writing on it. We have no interest in anything else in the house. So whatever else you decide to do, if you wish to coordinate with us or not,
It's yours.
it's yours. We have no interest in it.
We have no interest in keeping any of it.
Yeah, I might like to
Take a
Study it.
gander, you know.
but
Okay, so I'll kind of concede. We may be interested in just, scrutinizing these objects and things like that just to satisfy personal curiosities, but we have
Making
no interest in
copies.
keeping anything.
because hi, Mysterium.
Uh,
We want your
and-
secrets.
And does anyone have any questions?
And so,
Do you want a social
I
roll
think-
for all that, or?
no, because right now you're literally just presenting information.
Sure.
You're not trying to.
I think I also add in some of the details we know about. Was it the Temple of the Righteous?
Prosperous
Prosperous
future.
future.
That
Prosperous
was
Future,
wiped
Righteous
out.
Flame, Prosperous Future. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I give them some background of like they had this on loan from the Arrow, and
And then they all
Uh,
just
they
up
all
and
just straight up
disappeared.
disappeared.
And the last person who had it was a Mastigos named Mashta.
Yeah.
Yep. And so there's some nods and stuff like that, and a hand goes up over there, and Benjamin Franklin kind of nods and motions, and yes, John Blair, and John kind of looks up and he goes, so what exactly do you want from us? Because that is this is something that we would normally plan and exercise with caution and control to excise like a surgeon removes a tumor, but you sound as if you are ready to do something now. He kind of sits back down.
I mean, if you guys are willing to do all of that, then I
Why?
can wait.
The reason we called you was because
We don't know what to do.
if we move immediately and satisfy our goals, that's going to alert the Seers that they've been discovered, which may make your subsequent actions against them more difficult. They might even just disappear entirely. So in the interest of cooperation, and fellowship, we thought we would coordinate our efforts with you so that we don't end up making your lives difficult later. That's why we're here.
And there's some murmuring, and the hand goes up. Yes, Abraham Baldwin. And
Got some deep cuts, dude.
Just have a Wikipedia page pulled up.
Yes, I do.
Where is Thomas Paine?
Yeah, listen, there's a big list here. All right, so he stands up and he says, "Why don't we just level the place?
We don't want to destroy the things inside it."
And
more to our purpose, we don't want to destroy
language.
We don't want to destroy the grimoire that we're here for.
He nods and he's like, that's fine, but I mean, most things of any significance, artifacts, supernal artifacts at least,
can't be destroyed like that.
Yeah, would survive. And so, he basically mentions like, no offense to our friends from the Rookery, but if it's just the one house and like there's this roar of like several people who are like, that is a house that, and Ben.
Historical significance.
Right, yes.
Rabble.
Right. And, Ben says, no, destroying the house is absolutely not possible. If we can, that would be a very useful sanctum for our cabal that has a lot of significant energy to it that we could then use ourselves. We are not about to destroy priceless, work of American history. And there's like this, like the guy who, the guy kind of like looks at me, it's like, oh shit. Like I'm going to hear about that one later.
It's going to get fucking latrine.
Then you probably won't like my plan either. So we'll go with yours. Because I was going to just kind of get rid of the walls.
Yeah, they're more rebel and no
AWOL, yeah.
AWOL, not all the walls, enough to get me in the house.
Right. Which then, oh my gosh, John Jay says, I mean, what if, what is your plans? We know you are an Abrimos, kind of pointing at Songbird, but what talents do you have? Is there something that you need for us to help you get in and remove something? Because John Jay like is kind of leaned and you can see gears moving, and she says, if you can get in and remove a grimoire, perhaps you can leave something for us. That way we can follow in a more. And she kind of looks over at like some of the others over at like Alexander Hamilton in a more mundane and swift action.
My understanding, in my experience, Seers are by their nature quite paranoid. It's unlikely that we're going to be able to get into this house unnoticed. There'll be wards, guards, supernal.
There are a lot of people patrolling this house. That's my concern.
So getting in and out with our grimoire is something that we can absolutely do, but we're not going to be able to do it. I'm almost positive. We're not going to be able to do it without raising an alarm. And if that happens, you may lose your opportunity because they'll just up and leave, or take some other action that's going to make it more difficult for you to do what you wish to do. So that's why we're here to coordinate. If you tell us, go ahead and do your thing and we'll deal with the follow-up, we're absolutely good with that.
Plenty of things that we can do. We've got a Moros over here for, getting past mundane security and, invisibility, sound control. Obviously, we've got plenty of tools for a heist. So we probably could sneak in, but there is always a chance that something goes wrong.
And like there's number of hands go up and Ben kind of waves them down and says, okay, so what I'm hearing, and he kind of motions for everybody, my thought is we allow our friends from the Rookery to enter, remove their grimoire, and then we handle the results after. They can risk themselves, and if something goes terribly wrong, then we take no risks ourselves and can keep an eye on the place. If they attempt to leave or something like that, we can handle that, and that puts none of our folks at risk.
I have a idea that would require a big amount of trust on my part, but that I'm willing to do. And like, have I? I was like, I'm like looking. It's like Mystigos.
I mean, Alexander Hamilton was a Mystigos.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I reach into my duffel bag and I pull out my dumbbell.
Mm-hmm.
I can leave this here.
Mm-hmm.
And that would give you any bit of sympathy to my location that you would need.
Mm-hmm. And like there's a bit of a silence there as everyone like understands like what you are willing to offer. Now, of course, there are rules for handling soul stones and stuff like that. But they kind of nod, look around, and Alexander Hamilton is kind of grinning because he's the one who had been looking with John Jay and talking about a more mundane way of handling, this. And John Jay says, Songbird, have you ever wanted to call in a SWAT team on your location?
Not really a big fan of the police, but okay.
Well, okay. To be fair, they're not actually a SWAT team. It's more of a number of sleepwalkers and myself and John Jay and a lot of guns.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That sounds fucking awesome.
That sounds good.
This is like every bit of Arrow shit is like, yes.
and they're like, because I if we have your soul stone, we can arrive to provide backup, and but we need to know that at least when we have to work out some signal, or actually, and like there's a paperclip like thrown across his like just scry on him, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you can just grab it and just be like
watching. Yeah.
Because I know you can.
Yes, because it's connected, so
it else is touching you.
Yeah, because you can like spin. There's some way you can like view around your soul stone. So I imagine that if you have a soul stone, you could do the opposite.
Not exactly. Basically, there's no. He would need to know your sympathetic name, but with that and then having connected sympathy, he still has to use a mana, but there's absolutely no withstand.
Okay.
Even with a little bit of withstand, just from not knowing your sympathetic name,
that's fine.
Yeah, it's one.
Yeah,
ooh,
I'm willing to.
Actually, with your fame too.
With fame.
Yep.
So I will drop my mutable mask.
And like there's a couple of people who are like,
stand up like a little bit bigger.
Right, there's a couple of people who are like, what is she doing? And then somebody goes, holy fuck. He goes, wait, songbird? And everyone is like looking at, and like this guy looks like he's got to be like the newest member of the team. Like he's like early 20s, and goes like from UFC, like the fighting, whatever. You guys suck. Like,
you saw my moves earlier.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah. We know his sympathetic name, and everyone's like, okay, we'll take your word for it. Okay, so we can deliver forces there. I mean, but that still requires. I mean, and I'll be honest. If we are very, very quick, we can arrive, loot the place, and leave. But that still requires you to get in. Do you think the three of you can do that, or you're willing to do that?
Sure. I think we can get in.
And so like at this point you see like Ben Franklin he's got his arms crossed, but he's not like upset. He's just letting John and John Jay and Alexander Hamilton kind of coordinate back and forth. Go ahead.
Do you have one request? I would like an incognito presence spell on us.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
could,
We
yeah,
can't do that, so
that's fine. Yeah, that plus invisibility and okay, yeah, that should cover a lot of.
a lot of getting
Uh,
in unnoticed. Yeah.
Thyrsis.
Oh wait, shoot. John Jay is Thyrsis.
Jay. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's
One of
yeah.
Can we get some stamina
I mean,
just
yeah.
in case shit goes down?
Oh yeah, that could easily be arranged. Yeah, we can prepare you a little bit now, and then it says if you can supernally veil yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't appear on mage sight. Okay,
Right.
yeah. And so John Jay and Alexander Hamilton kind of looking, because they're effectively the two paths that you guys are missing. And they say, yeah, you arrive, we'll scry, we'll watch for you. Once Songbird is in position, we can arrive, attempt to loot the place, and guard our withdrawal, and then we can deal with the seer, and hopefully the seer is not alerted or anything, and we just steal everything from under them and put them on watch. If they leave on their own, so be it. I mean, one more, right? And
Oh god, I'm gonna start punching up spells.
if they survive, or if they don't come after, then we can clean them up. With more precision. He kind of nods. It's like, okay. So, and then Ben kind of leans forward. Okay, is this council under the idea of a nighttime raid to loot this storehouse of magical goods and artifacts, of which the Rookery will take their grimoire, their stone tablet of cuneiform. I kind of pointing out weird, because that was how you described it, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. And there's some kind of murmuring, and then all right, show of hands. A bunch of hands go up. Those opposed is one or two, and Ben kind of calls on them, and what their concerns are and stuff like that. They're quickly basically told, hey, listen, some risk is going to be involved, and right now the Rookery is willing to take a lot of the upfront risk. So yes, we will totally support them and have a little risk back. There's comments about signature nimbus showing that Alexander Hamilton could be tracked down because of this the teleportation, and Alexander just grins. He is like, sure, bring it. I am totally willing to. He's like, this is like counting coup. All right, this is as great punch to the face as we can give without drawing blood. And
I like him.
Yep. So they kind of nod. Okay. And Ben Franklin says, then we're in agreement. Rookery, coordinate with Jay and Alexander Hamilton to provide what support you need, and coordinate an assault force.
Is it possible to get access to one or more sanctums?
Sanctum?
Sanctum.
I mean, I figured this whole place is a goddamn sanctum.
Right.
Do you mean a domain?
Let us, because we're not yet using Mordred's. Yeah. We're not quite using his thing just yet. The one thing I need to double check: can you use anybody's sanctum, or is it only a personal thing?
Invested, I think, is the term they use.
Right. I know that's what Mordred uses. I'm trying to see, because I know one of the things that you can request is an actual sanctum. Blah 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 blah. Must be tied and can be shared within a cabal. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you could totally use somebody else's sanctum. Yeah. So Benjamin Franklin says, yeah, no, that's fine. You are welcome to cast spells here in our prepared space. Kind of pointing down through the floor. All right, then we are in agreement. This meeting is adjourned. Or actually, I think he says this special session of the Founding Fathers is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. And he kind of stands up and walks out. A lot of other people are kind of filtering out. John Jay and Alexander Hamilton kind of walk over to your seats, and you can see Alexander Hamilton is typing on his phone. He's like, I am calling up some friends. And you're texting away, and John Jay kind of looking at you guys and says, okay, so what are our deficiencies? Yeah, I know you mentioned, stamina.
Dexterity would also always be helpful for sneak eating.
Okay.
I don't think I say that with like
Right.
a capital D dexterity, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the two of us are not really any good at being stealthy.
Okay. All right.
We can cover. I've got machines covered. He's got physical invisibility covered, but
And sound, technically.
and sound. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, we're probably fine.
Well, incognito presence will help with the just like people
Yeah.
who view beyond it. Okay, cool. We will meet you downstairs when you are ready. And he kind of motions at the soulstone, the dumbbell. May I take possession of that for now?
For now.
He picks it up and like
It's a heavy son bitch, huh?
kind of walks out and down the steps. All right. Yeah, you got a couple things queued up here.
I have can I like ask if I can use that domain that we summoned in earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the space
Okay.
he was
Yeah.
prepared space.
All right. So that'll be for the second spell that I punched up. The other one's going to be when we get there because we can't like drive when we're invisible.
I mean, you could. It just would be kind of weird.
You just put a little Google spinner
Songbird would not.
thing. Right. Put a little Google
so
self-driving car little spinner thing on there.
So the second one is a combined body control and kinetic blow.
Okay.
Using full reach options for that kinetic blow.
Right.
Knockdown, stunned, held weapons, and thrown weapons.
Okay.
Or it grants armor piercing to guns if Atratus wants to get loud.
Okay.
Sounds
and,
good.
And because you're casting at advanced scale, you can get everybody.
Mhm.
There was something I was going to ask about. Oh, you do have to spend a mana because that is life. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking at 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use a willpower on that.
Okay.
Go 6 dice. Good thing.
That's all you needed.
Actually, I got it on the first dice. So.
Right.
Cool. So that is a potency 5. So
Okay. Scribble that down somewhere. Could you imagine the amount of damage a SWAT team of Mastigos teleporting around could do? Yes, I can.
yeah.
Yes, Greg.
So yeah, that's potency 5, healing factor and stuff like that.
Right.
And we basically don't have to breathe and can like neutralize our sense and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Craig, you had something you were going to say?
I'm
It's all
just
the hands.
yeah.
And I queued up the machine invisibility for us.
Sure. And like I said, you can ignore the reach necessary. So that's 5.
Okay.
And now you may want to increase duration.
Yeah, I was wanting to do that, so it's a -2.
Depends. Well, yeah, -2 would. Well, actually, hang on. Machine duration.
Because I was using 1 duration for advanced,
Is
so
it a
that's an
potency or a
hour.
duration spell?
That is exactly what I was wondering.
It is.
Machine invisibility.
It sounds like it would
Okay,
be a
no, it's
duration.
duration, yeah.
You're
Okay,
good.
so yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll that
10.
10. Yeah. Drawing up your tattoos. 4 successes.
And I've got a shadow name now.
Mm-hmm. She gave up all her
Okay.
professional training Or wait, no.
No,
just
I gave up
fast
my
spells.
fast spells that
Fast
I
spells
could
that
actually
you
use.
technically couldn't use, yes. All right. So you guys take a moment, cast those. Let's see here. Where is...
What are y'all doing for reach? Is it like instant cast?
There's a domain.
There's a domain.
Duration.
So
Okay, there's
Yep.
a domain. Oh, so cool. So
yeah, that little prepared little sanctum there is it is a 2-dot sanctum, but it has all 5 paths represented in a domain.
and what's the dot on the sanctum? Because that affects spell control, right?
Increases your potency, your gnosis by 2.
Okay.
Double checking.
Cool.
As soon as I said that, I was like, "Whoa, is that actually what it is?"
Increases your gnosis by 2.
So
Yes, increases your gnosis by 2
Can I roll 2 more dice?
For the purpose
for the
of
purpose of spell control.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's the big thing is laying that on.
Yeah, that'd be wild as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's like one of Marjory's options is like for the purpose of ritual duration. It like bumps it down.
are we
Other-
just gonna need advanced duration or?
What are you
What are you
casting?
casting? Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm
'cause-
doing some buffs and stuff.
Well, yeah. In the case of like machine invisibility, it's already a duration spell. So with her baseline stats plus advanced duration, that gives it to her for a week.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't need the -2, which is
Right.
I thought.
Right. So it's a potency spell, so I'm going to need extra duration, so advanced duration, but that's all fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, is that going to give us enough, or do I need to do it for more time?
You'll the advanced duration. If it's a potency spell, you'll want a -2. That'll handle a day.
And advanced scale, I've already got that covered. That'll get all of us in advanced scale, right? We're all within 5 feet of each other.
Yep. Well, for advanced scale, you can just touch. And while you guys are doing that, I've got to do the quick math.
Welcome to Buffs episode part 2.
Yeah. This time with the right yantras.
This time we're not cheating.
Right.
So
So as you guys are, casting, John Jay kind of steps forward and basically places hands on all 3 of you. And you hear like whispered, like it sounds like almost like Shakespearean, sonnet type, poetry. That's the mudra she uses, and gives you all +2 to dexterity and stamina. Now it cannot go above 5. She is not willing to give you guys a point of mana. Sorry. Yep.
So what does it do for our hit points?
It does
Gives you 2
scale
more
everything.
boxes.
Yep.
You can just click it on the sheet for now and
yes,
then
I did.
remember to take it off later.
Yep.
I have so many hit points.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have more
when
now.
I was putting up character sheets, I realized Atratus can take more of a hit
Yeah, I
than
can take a
Songbird
hit better
can.
than Songbird.
Yep.
Which I love.
All right. What are you casting, Weird?
a few things. So the first one was for Monkey's Paw.
Do you want to combine spells for spell control or?
No, because I've got plenty for spell control. Because we're in a sanctum. So I'm effectively Gnosis 5 for spell control.
Sure, but once you leave,
When
if
you
you go to
leave,
cast another spell,
yeah.
that gets retroactively taken away.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to combine Monkey's Paw with Superlative Luck.
Okay, except I don't know that you will, because Monkey's Paw has to be.
Oh, yeah, they're both 3, so never mind.
Well, no, that's not the issue. You can totally
Oh.
do that, which is actually like a really good use of combined spell. The problem is the targets, because Monkey's Paw is cast on objects. Superlative Luck is cast on people.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, one of the downsides of combined spell, you have to have the same subjects. But yeah, so that's 6 minus 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So 7
7.
there. and the other's Pearlet of Luck, and so you're going to spend the mana on that. Cool. Yeah, so 3.
3 successes for a
Monkey's Paw. Get that sweet,
6
sweet
success,
5 on
7.
Pearlet of Luck. Get that mana back.
Oh!
Bear in mind that will cost a mana up front.
Yep. I do have it.
Spinning Songbird's mana.
I'm going to try it again with a 6.
Okay.
There.
There you go. I was going to say, now watch him get the exceptional success.
I mean, if y'all need more mana, I'm full up.
That's true.
Have it.
So cool. Yeah. So you guys take a moment to cast. John Jay is there casting her spell on you guys, and then Alexander Hamilton says the team will be here soon, and when they're here, you guys will be set to go.
All right.
And a couple minutes, about half an hour goes by, and you guys have that jumpiness of, we're going to go do something. And a group of 6 folks drive in a black SUV, kind of hop out. And these guys are in like tactical gear. They look very much like a SWAT team. They've got helmets on, stuff like that. They've got, assault rifles. But all their stuff is like marked out in like there's no police. Nothing says police, but there's a couple different little symbols and stuff like that that look very like mall security and like private security. Was it PMC? There it is. Kind of stuff. And they show up and look over Miss J, Mr. Hamilton. And are you back to female Songbird?
Yeah, I guess I need to roll that back up.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So John Jay kind of looks and says, "All right, boys, we're going to put you to work." But first, and then kind of walks over to the lead guy, and John Jay says, "Will you," and kind of looking at the first guy, "will you hold a spell for me? It's making them stronger because they're about to go do something really, really dumb on our behalf." And the lead guy says, "Yeah, I can do that for you." And she kind of lays her hands on his shoulders, kind of, there's just a moment, and then she kind of relaxes, and she's like, "Thank you." Yeah, happy.
That's handy.
Just Monkey's Paw, by the way, was a praxis, so with 3 successes, that is
okay.
an exceptional success.
Cool. Mana or extra potency?
I'm going to go for the extra potency.
Cool. So an additional step in the potency. So, man, that was 3 to begin with.
This
then
is
another 3,
plus,
6.
well, 3 because of and then 2 because I spent on it.
And I was looking at the wrong one. Okay, yeah, so you're up to 6.
Yeah, so all your weapon, like whatever weapon you gave me to do Monkey's Paw is going to be at a +6 now.
+6 what?
+6, like your equipment bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I already had that covered with kinetic blow.
For your punchy stuff, but this will at least help her sword and her pistol, I guess.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's...
Because I doubt that stacks with like my punches being better, and then
Yep.
Okay.
So it's armor piercing, and it's a +6 to shoot with it?
Armor piercing 5, and then if you hit with it, it does 6 extra damage.
Right.
Okay, but that's only for damage, not for hitting.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm rolling 10 dice for Mutable Mask.
Okay. Yep.
It's a praxis.
Cool.
Did the body control buff give us more defense?
1 armor, I think.
Yeah, 1 general armor. Or 1...
1 and 1, I think.
Let me look it back up. I got it right here.
Yep, thank you.
1/0. So just 1 general armor. And +5 to initiative.
Ah,
is a big
yes.
thing.
Cool.
I'm glad you guys are keeping track of this because I am not.
All right, so superlative luck. You get the rote quality on, it's going to be 3. Or can I do advanced potency for that? It's a duration spell.
No. Advanced potency, like I said, just helps on dispelling.
Oh, just on display, right. I keep forgetting that.
And it's not 3, it'll be 4, because remember, base potency is 1. So
Right.
you bumped it up 3
Okay.
steps. So yeah,
Yep.
4 rolls.
So 4 rolls, you get the rote quality on them.
Is it our choice of rules?
Mhm.
Yep, you choose.
Yeah, declared before the
Um,
dice are rolled. Key
Declare
point.
before the dice are rolled. But this also applies to your spell casting.
Only if you cast as a ritual.
Oh, for rituals, right.
And doubles, yeah. So probably not
So
going to
for
be used.
mundane rolls, you're going to get a +4. Dice of 4 or 3?
No. It's the rote quality, so you re-roll all the failed ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, +4.
Cool. Everybody's writing this down because we're definitely not going to be able to use all these things in the next 15 minutes.
Right. Yeah, please write it down. And then as those folks have arrived, Alexander Hamilton, as you requested, cast Incognito Presence.
Yeah, he does.
Yep. Let's see.
Oh, now you didn't want to spend a mana on us. That was somebody else. It's fine.
Say, well, Alexander Hamilton happens to have that as a praxis. Oh yeah, so he's just going to get the mana back. I was like, what is he going to do with his thing? Oh yeah, no, he's just going to get mana back.
I took the mana back for mine.
Okay.
As well.
So giving up all of the stuff that's also in there, does that count as charity?
Ooh. Have you actually given it up yet? Well,
I'm not laying any laying any claim
You
to
have
it.
no plans for it. Yes.
We are absolutely taking on the bulk of the risk, and we're just letting him clean up after.
Yep.
Selflessness, I feel like probably not.
I have trustworthy.
Yeah, we got to talk about that one. I don't know how you pull off trustworthy.
That's so hard.
I've never gotten a point for that.
Yeah, well, and bear in mind, the virtues are supposed to be a bit harder to do because they get all your willpower back. You kind of have
It
to
basically depends on someone telling
giving you a
me
secret.
something secret.
Yep. Gotta think about something like that. This is just so you have an opportunity. That or raise your noses and change your virtue.
So, like when I told you about that Hallow, for example, like that was a trustworthy thing, right?
That's
But,
true.
I mean,
Oh, and I didn't tell anyone. Yeah.
Haven't had the opportunity either, but okay. And so yes, Alexander Hamilton casts Incognito Presence on you guys, and like you can see him like just he has his eyes closed. He's like, I can't, it's like, all right, you guys are set to go. And sits down like in the middle of that ritual space, kind of cross-legged and stuff, and just all of a sudden, vroom, like there is this huge sphere that shows like as if it were centered on Songbird, view around Songbird, just floating.
Am I currently in the center of it too?
Well, like I mentioned, you're kind of over to the side.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, there's a little bit where you have like the recursion of seeing into.
I think I like purposely try and fuck with them a little bit and like walk into.
And it's just like, oh, and it's just like pointing
It's
a
like
video
infinite mirrors.
right?
Yeah.
Pointing the camera at the TV. It's like, okay, that's a little all right. Thank you. And then,
Smith.
yeah, and so
Mysticos.
and like the rest of the group kind of sit down and they start talking, and John Jay and starts to explain what the plan is, while Alexander Hamilton seems like purely focused on what he is watching, even though you guys are like in that other have moved
Right.
into the other room. And I think with 10 minutes to spare, the group drives out to the Lynnewood Hall, and that is where we'll
I got
probably
one more.
pause it
Got
there.
one more spell to roll as we like.
Yeah,
As
it's
I try
gonna
and make us go invisible.
Oh yeah, once you arrive, yeah, go ahead and we'll go ahead and roll that real quick. As you
Cool.
guys
That
like
was the
park
first thing
down
I
the
punched
street.
up. Yeah. So 3, 5.
And what's your spell control at?
Math here. What's up?
What's your spell control at? Because you have the body control,
The body
kinetic,
control.
mutable
Mhm.
mask.
Mhm.
You're above and below.
Yeah, I'm willing to drop that.
Okay, so you've got
For this
2,
one.
and your gnosis 3. So yeah, so invisibility is still free.
Okay, so it's invisibility and supernal veil combined.
Ah, very, very smart. Yeah.
I don't think I need potency because they just provoke clash of wills. They don't really do anything
Let's see here.
with potency. So
Where is silly supernal veil? I feel I'm going to run past it. Okay.
it's 2 dot.
Right. I'm just zoomed in. Do you care about potency for that? No, not for supernal veil. And forces invisibility.
Invisibility is just you're invisible. Congrats.
Right. So I don't think you actually care about potency for either of those. Nope.
Okay, so 7 dice.
Because
doing my
it'll
math
be
right?
gnosis, you're rolling forces -2
Mhm.
is combined
Yep.
spell. Yeah, and then
Yantras minus skill.
Yep.
So we got 7.
there you go. And so you guys are as invisible and
We
prepare.
like step out of the car and close it, and then just like
And
we just like fade and go into like battle mode.
I missed it because I was doing my own. But did you do machine invisibility?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Busted out for
Theoretically,
tattoo.
we are very not noticeable.
Right. Cool. Yeah.
We have dropped off the face of the earth.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
And
unless
what
somebody
was that?
actually has a connection to you, because that's the only thing you
Yeah.
haven't veiled, which is
Mhm.
kind of
'Cause
important
we
because Alexander
can't.
Hamilton needs that.
Right.
And we also have that incognito presence, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which
Cool.
means once you guys go into this building, I've got to roll a bunch of Clash of Wills. So yeah, we'll do that. I might actually do that off screen just to keep things tense.
let's see. I could have infinite reach, right? We were in a domain.
Yes, when you had
Okay.
been casting before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I would have applied the one for
Oh, for machine invisibility? Yeah.
for the constructs.
Constructs. Yes, 100%. Cool. So yeah, that is where we will leave it this week. Had some investigation and then some chit chat
Fucking
and then
Ocean's
some
3
buffing
next week, y'all.
and-
Made
Yeah.
some friends.
Yep, and met a bunch of free council who I like the free council. They don't quite have as much drama when you're just going to visit them because they put on a friendly face. Now, if you guys were all free council, oh boy, we would have all sorts of arguments around that round table. But yeah, cool.
My
So,
read on them is like they're techno hippies.
sort of.
Not always.
Sort of.
Where like definitely, I will mention, like, compared to the Concilium meeting, which you guys will go to in the next coming weeks
Some
if
point.
you want, like where like everybody has a role, and if you're not in one of those roles, shut up. The free council is their leadership
Very democratic
fluctuates a whole lot based on, okay, who's got experience in this. And that's why John Jay and Alexander Hamilton were over here like, we're going to handle this, and everybody else is sitting quietly and watching, and Ben basically is just moderating the discussion. So yes, so thank you guys for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. Come join us on Discord. It's a lot of fun. If you guys are in Twitch chat now, definitely hop in Discord, hop in the Twitch spoilers chat, and start throwing episode titles at us, because I think that's the best part of finishing Twitch. If you're on YouTube,
do have
sorry,
to-
I apologize for whatever pun this episode ended up being titled.
It's their fault.
You can blame it on chat. It was definitely Twitch chat, and totally was not Chris or I. Wasn't us.
Definitely no.
Definitely not.
And then, of course, like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. We appreciate it. That supports us, gets our name out there. Also, by the way, I haven't made a big deal about it, but we're over 400 subscribers on YouTube,
Nice.
right? I appreciate
And
it because
in my head, I'm like, start the car. They're going to find out.
They're going to figure it out, right? So, and yes, if you guys are liking this and have no idea what the heck is going on, there is literally a how do I do this, or how does this happen? I can't remember what the name of the channel
How
is
does
right now.
this work?
How does this work? There's totally a channel for that in Discord where you can be like, I saw you guys playing. I have no idea what you're doing. Machine invisibility, incognito presence, mana. What is all this? We have a channel literally where you can just come ask those questions. Ignore the questions chat. That's for a different thing. I don't know why I still have it around. Anyways.
Yeah. And I'm about to be unemployed for like 6 weeks. So I've got plenty of time to troll in fucking Discord. So come chat with me.
Oh, joy. And occasionally you'll get a try this late at night, which is really
like
kind
3
of fun.
a.m. because
3 a.m.
Yep. So
Which is really very on brand for Atratus.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yes, all that to just say thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting us, and we will see you
Thank you so
next
much.
week.
Stay lucky.